The last few digressions I have made have focused on topics like DEI, wage theft, universal basic income, and the alpha male myth. Now, I made these videos partly to educate, but mostly to understand how people perceive these topics. And honestly, what I have learned is that our priorities are absolutely messed up. Today, I am talking about the disconnect that we all seem to be suffering from. A lot of people watching my videos are convinced that these handouts and what they refer to as woke policies are out to prevent them from becoming the next Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. These people think that eliminating poverty, ensuring that there is no homelessness, or the fact that people have access to basic services and necessities like healthcare and sustenance is a wasted use of our resources, or in this case, their tax dollars. Now, what gets me about this statement, the absolute stupidity of this statement, is that people who are against these policies, these ideas to improve human life, seem to think that these handouts will be wasted because the recipients of these handouts are going to spend them on drugs or buying stuff they do not need. They want to police the lifestyle and expenses of people who can barely make ends meet and seem to be more concerned with the spending habits of someone that has been eating one meal a day and sharing living quarters with 5 other people. Meanwhile, the billionaires that these people are so obsessed with are spending hundreds of millions of dollars a year on real estate and frivolous purchases like multiple jets, a fleet of cars, an army of mistresses. But hey, all of that is fine and should be encouraged. It is the person that is trying to work a minimum job and pay for their children's healthcare, their rent, and medical expenses. They are somehow the enemy. The same person that is also being taken advantage of by these large corporations run by billionaires like Bezos and Musk, billionaires who refuse to let their employees take bathroom breaks or seek shelter in storms. These billionaires you so look up to and defend have used your tax dollars to become wealthy. They have received more handouts from the government than the average person will ever see in their entire lifetime. Multiple lifetimes, in fact. Their companies refuse to pay the full amount in taxes and use creative accounting and offshore bank accounts to shelter their profits. But hey, the person using food stamps and living in Section 8 housing is somehow the mooch. You have to be an absolutely deranged human being to defend people who have 10 houses that sit empty while the number of homeless increase every year. You have to be a moron to defend people who see their net worth increase by the billions while they lay off employees by the thousands. You think these billionaires are going to come and save you when you fall on hard times? You think they're going to come and say, well, here's some money to get you back on your feet? None of that is going to happen, ever. You have the same shot at becoming a billionaire as I have at becoming Superman. In fact, you are far more likely to get struck by lightning. I kind of want to make something clear here. Billionaires do not exist because of their sheer intellect or uniqueness. They exist because of exploitation of the masses. And if it's not clear to you, you are part of the masses. And just so I can get ahead of this, all those rich kids you see on YouTube have also built their wealth through exploitation by selling courses or drop shipping products that they claim they invented themselves. Those same kids who claim they have 10 different side hustles, but as soon as you start digging, you find they have none and have been lying all along. I mean, it's not even news at this point. From Mr. Beast to Logan Paul, we are seeing how these people have taken advantage of all of you and convinced you that they're good people. And despite knowing all of this, there are people who are willing to die for them. Your priorities are messed up if you defend and support people who have and will have more than you will ever have. It says a lot about your character and your morals if you choose to criticize and vilify people who have nothing and are barely surviving. Your priorities are truly messed up if you choose to deny programs and services that are meant to ensure children do not go hungry, have access to education and healthcare, while letting your politicians vote for more handouts to large corporations. Propaganda and false narrative from these so-called elites has you convinced that the enemy is not them. It's the single mother on food stamps, or the homeless man who's struggling to find employment. Or maybe it is the family that is renting a one-bedroom and will never be able to buy a house because large hedge funds are hoarding property, driving up real estate prices. And you, like a good little minion, will celebrate the success and achievement of a person that has exploited and literally murdered people to get where they are. You will idolize them and tell yourself that this is who you want to be. This is your role model. The person denying other human beings bathroom breaks, the person whose cars have burned people alive, the person whose Lunchables are putting your children's lives at risk, the person who's willing to lay off half the workforce so they can buy back their stocks, the person who's convincing your sons by telling them that they need to be an alpha. Really messed up priorities, don't you think? Just remember, today it's the people struggling to afford a Christmas dinner. Tomorrow it could be you. And if we're playing the numbers game, the statistics game, the odds of it being you tomorrow are far higher than the odds of you ever becoming a billionaire. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next weekly digression. Goodbye.